What's happening, fellow YouTubers, and welcome back to the next installment, episode 23 of our Skye series, where we build a lovely big shipping terminal right here. And yes, this is the final outcome. So if you want to see how I did this build, then stick around because it's coming up right now. First, I changed the terrain on the land since it wasn't as flat as I hoped. I also added more land to make space for the new shipping terminal. And as you can see to the right hand side, I've started shaping the land for a bridge that will eventually cross over the river. But that is a good couple of episodes away, so stay tuned for that. So I've been meaning to rebuild this highway into the city for a while now. It wasn't the best looking, and honestly it just wasn't working how I wanted it. So I'd delete it, start afresh, building a brand new highway that stretches all the way up to the terminal from this area. So it'll just be a bit of ease of access for our citizens to go up to the shipping terminal. And before I continue, please make sure you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. It really means a lot to me. I just want to say thank you to all my new subscribers here on the channel. It really does mean a lot to me, so thank you so much. I'll be going live on Twitch next week just to finish up some detailing and start building around the shipping area. If you don't want to miss it, make sure you head over to my Twitch channel and drop a follow. The link will be in the description below. I'll also share my Discord link, so feel free to pop in and say hi. And as always, down in the description below I will have links to all the mods that I use within the game, so check them out down below. Now that I've got that over and done with, folks, I can now start talking about this build. As you can see right here, I am midway through the construction of this junction. Now, I really haven't done much when it comes to junctions. I've not really built my own little junctions. I probably would have been easier just using the vanilla junction in game here. I decided to build my own junction because I wanted to put my own little spin on it. As you can see, I do use the Move It mod a lot. It's one mod you should subscribe to within game because it really helps you out a lot. Especially if you want to move things about like you can see here, and just play with the levels of the height. It's a brilliant mod to subscribe to, so I recommend it. Moving on, I do a little bit of lane mathematics here. So obviously I've got 3 lane going into a 2, going into a 1, so I thought it would just ease the traffic that little bit easier going into the junction and obviously coming out the junction. And it will help the traffic flow dramatically, and you'll see that when the game starts to play out. Anyway, for this part, I delete all of this. Look at the terrain. How badly was this terrain? I can't believe I actually left that long. And look at the train. Look at the train just floating in midair. I can't believe that was the height of my train line. It's absolutely outrageous. I'm disgusted in myself how long I've left this for. However, it's fine though. We're here to fix this right now, right here. And again, as you can see, I'm using the Move It mod just to try and make the tracks level. And as you can see, I do cut right through the junction here. Now, the junction isn't finished. By all means, it is not finished. I am just trying to get the train line down. So that's exactly what I'm doing here. Then when it's finished, it does look really good, so stay tuned for that. If you have got any comments, any advice, anything that you do differently, why not hit me up down in the comments? Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. You enjoying this build? Let me know. Also, I did delete the original bridge here. If you remember back at the start of this episode, I did go over it a little bit. I did fly over that a little bit. The bridge just didn't fit in here, especially for the height. But I delete all this up and I smooth it out really nicely, and it's a nice sort of transition, even though the land's pretty bumpy to one side. It's nice and flat for our trains just to glide right over the rails. That's the way it should be, not like a goddamn roller coaster. For the finishing part of this, I just use my Move It mod just to move it into place, line it up, and then I just connect it up like so. And just doing the little finishing touches just to try and straighten the track up a little bit. And that train will eventually move soon. It's not staying there forever, so it's not too bad. So again, I could have used the vanilla junction in here to plop down, but I just decided I wanted to put my own little touch to my city and do my own little build, as I've already explained. Once I've done all this though and done the finishing touches to the junction, it was time to come up for a name for this area. And I'm rattling through my brains and I'm just like, what can I call this junction? And boom, Canary Junction is born. Welcome in, Canary Junction. Now that I've got the junction in place for traffic to come up from, I then place the road right up, and as you see, I place it right on the edge of this bit of land here, because eventually I do want a bridge going over that bit of land. I do a little bit more terraforming, and I finally put the shipping terminal down, as you can see. I upgrade it all as well. For the next part though, I do go on to my Find It mod, or Picker mod if you want to call it that, and I type in patio 2, and all I do is create these lovely little walls with this little asset. It's a great little asset to use. So obviously place it down, I use my line tool just to get it closer together, and I just plop it like so. Use my Move It mod, get it to the right height, and look at that. You've got a lovely, lovely wall right there. After that, obviously you fix your height, fix your colour, delete some of the assets, and yeah, you've got a lovely looking wall. Now for this part, I wanted to start early, get the transportation in line you've just seen there. I've just put the tram network there. Going over to the other side though, I do use the exact same asset. I use the patio 2 asset, and I basically put this into place. Now it didn't go to plan, because as you're about to see, there was like, I wanted this initially straight, but there was a hole just behind here which it wouldn't fill. So as you're about to see, I fill it with land. To the left hand side there's a hole that just won't fill, which was quite annoying. So what I done was I grabbed all the assets, and I just sort of angled them out, build them back into the land. Now as you can see, there still is a slight dip there, but I do fill it, so that's not staying the way it is, which is not too bad. After I done that, obviously I got rid of the terrain which you're about to see here, and it just turns into a lovely looking wall. And I go back over to the other side just to finish it off, put it right up against that key wall road, which I think is an absolute lovely, lovely little touch. Just obviously use my Move It mod again, sink it down, and then obviously I delete the assets after I've done with it. You want to leave deleting assets to the last, because if you use your Move It mod, they can come back sometimes. They've got a habit of making a return. For this next part, I clicked on my parallel mode tool. Now this is where I am placing the roundabout. Now it's just a standard roundabout, there's nothing too special about this. This one's pretty much hitting me at home, because roundabouts here in the UK coming off of motorways most majority of them are like this. And obviously I build the on and off ramps for obviously the roundabout here. I then just take a road off of this bridge here, which is ease of access now for our citizens to get in and out this part of the city. It's not just one way, one entrance should I say, not one way. Use my Move It mod just to lower that down just a little bit. I obviously use my lane connector tool just to fix obviously the lane connects, how it connects, how the traffic's going to react when they come round to this area. And obviously use my priority tool as well, as you can see. It just so everything flows nicely when it does get busy. And obviously I do hide that pedestrian crossing there. The only thing is here, I was getting annoyed because they started parking here, and I was like, no, not a chance, this isn't an area for parking. But as you can see already, traffic's coming in and out of this part of the city, which is really good. I do put some chevrons down. As you can see, I don't know if I've done them right. I actually didn't do my research on them, but you know what, they're there. I'll fix it later on. I do the exact same here. Lane connector tool, just connect all the different lanes up, just so I've gotten a head start so traffic doesn't build. And as you can see, I do fix the other side, the ramps coming on and off from the other side, because eventually that will lead to our bridge when it eventually gets released. This is the part where I'm going to leave you be. I am going to speed things up just a little, and I will drop back in very shortly. Just jumping back in here, folks. So I wanted the tram bridge going right over the road here, and I basically curved it down at a lovely 90-degree angle. And I did use my elevation tool here just to lower it down just slightly, another 90-degree angle. My original thoughts were put it straight onto the road, but I thought, why congest the road when I could go straight over, curve it all the way around and connect it like so. I think that looks absolutely fantastic. I love that, absolutely love it. I then edit it up a little bit by upgrading it to like key wall, so it looks not too bad. Level it off and then look at that. I think it just looks absolutely stunning. Going into the road like that, going right over directly across to the shipping terminal. I do use my Move It mod to rise this little bit of road up because it was sitting off. I then bounce over to the other side of the bridge because this part of the bridge, there's too much of a hill there. It's too big of a slope, so I'm assuming trams, when they're at the fullest, they'll not be able to get up that. So I do use my Move It mod again just to level everything off, make it look a bit more realistic. It's going to speed things up just a little bit, folks. I'll jump back in just one moment. Just jumping back in here, folks, and for those of you who have been following me, know I love creating a little dirt area with some flowers and make it look really realistic. Now the surfaces that you're seeing me use here are from StatikNoize, which can be found in Sully's Discord under local assets. I will post a link in the description below, linking his assets there for you. But look at that, just looks really nice. That dirt effect, that dirt surface should I say, it looks really good here. I don't keep this surface that you see for the trams, should I say. That surface, I do change that up in the next 5 minutes. You'll see that just shortly, so which isn't too bad. Now, I noticed this road had a key wall here. Don't want that because I'm going to build this area up like so. And we're at the part of the build where the details are starting to matter, and I do detail a lot of this up. But there is a part of the build which, by the way, no surprise, forgot to hit the record button, boom, which I'm quite annoyed about because I enjoyed every part of this build. So yeah, no surprise there. Moving on, I do use the tram poles as the bollards. Yes, I forgot to put them in whilst I was doing that area up the top, but I do fit them in. So it's a lovely little effect here. For the trees, I just put the palm trees in like so, and then I fill with some bushes like so. This area is now starting to come together very nicely. So again, I am going to be detailing a lot more of this area up over on my Twitch, but you need, if you want to see that, you need to hit that follow button over on my Twitch channel, which I will be going live next week. I do plop some little bushes there as well, and I do change the colour. I put this lovely looking wall in. Absolutely love this type of wall, especially for this area. Actually, it looks really good. And as you can see, the trams are coming in and out. People are using this area, which is really good to see. I love the UK bushes that was put into game. Absolutely love them, so I utilise these bushes as much as I can. Hedges, should I say, hedges. As you can see, I've changed the colour of some of the flowers there, the blue ones there. They were, I think they were greenish or yellowish, I can't quite remember, but they're a much better colour now, blue colour. Yeah, it's not too shabby. Coming together. Look at that. And then this is where I change the surface to one of Elgendo's surfaces, which is lovely, absolutely stunning. Again, I finish this area off by just whacking in this sort of wall fence along there. It just, yeah, looks really good. Put more seating in as well after I've done this hedge. Put the hedge all the way along here just to split the soil from the obviously the ground surface. So it's a good splitter, And finishing off, I just put these lovely little seats down. Exact same seats I've done at the other side, which isn't too bad. But look at that surface, by the way. I'm really digging that surface. It's not too in your face, too like it was, like the last one was. I use obviously my tool for circling up the trees there, banging in the centre of the tram stops. And then obviously I put the grates down, as you can see, and then I just fire a lovely looking sort of fountain, circle fountain, bang on slap in the middle there. One thing I didn't do yet is link up my boat lines, so I've obviously doing that right here, linking up. I've picked two areas, so going to and from two different cities, which is good. For this next area, I do commercialise it up with houses on the top. I think it really suits for this part of the build. Now, obviously, building on a corner, little bit tedious, trying to get the buildings in line, or yeah, just trying to make them look pretty. But I did get there in the end, which wasn't too bad. For the back part, I was lazy at this point. I was like, okay, what? I'll just put trees over it. I was absolutely lazy, so forgive me on that part. obviously lined that up as well. Plop some more of these lovely little assets down. These assets are from the latest regional pack to be released, the USA Northeast. I'm saying that like I don't know. Northeast. I'm sure it is Northeast. I'm pretty sure it is. So yeah, I just go into my find it or picker mod and yeah, just plop them down like so. This is the part where I forgot to hit record. So obviously I put some more buildings down, I detailed it up a little bit as well. Put a couple more StatikNoize surfaces down as well. Kinda annoyed I didn't hit record button, but yeah, I'm just annoyed as what you are. Put a little surface down there for the trams coming in as well. So it's really is starting to come together. Yeah, the end result is approaching very quickly. So just utilise the surfaces as best as you can. I just let my creative mind go wild with this. It's so good that we've got all these surfaces in game. We've got all these mods in game to make it look really good, because without these mods they would be boring. So for me, I really appreciate all you modders and creators out there that are making this game playable, and just yeah, cities are looking good. And my city wouldn't be complete without my standard bushes that I always use. So yeah, here they are. And for the very last part, I wanted to take back these trees because I thought there was a bit too much. I just wanted to create something, I don't know, like a little park area, but just a couple of goalposts and like a dirty looking surface. To be fair, it actually wasn't a dirty surface that I put down, but I was trying to go for that. So for the last part, this is where I'm at. That is a wrap, folks, and here is this area for the time being. I will detail this area up over on my Twitch channel next week, so stay tuned for that. I'll be adding a lot more into it. But for now, this is it. Look at this lovely little plaza area. I absolutely love this. I think we've gotten off to a great start for our shipping terminal here. And we've also future-proofed the traffic coming into this area because it's going to get busy here, so we needed this roundabout. We also needed Canary Junction as well, which you see right here. And I also need a name for my shipping terminal, folks, so comments down below, let me know, throw me some ideas. Anyway, you've been watching me, Bearded Brune, and until next time, happy gaming.